And we are live. Welcome back for another stream, everyone. How are we all today? Thanks all for being here, and of course for remembering that it's a Friday deadline, not Saturday. Every time we have these Friday deadlines, there's always people afterwards in the comments on these streams or my videos or on Discord. And they're like, oh no, I forgot it was a Friday deadline. But no, that's not you guys, so well done for being here. Joseph says Friday night FPL hits different. It does indeed. Friday night deadline. Yeah, the FPL is coming thick and fast now. We've got the deadline tonight, and then we've got another deadline on Tuesday for 33. Anyway, we're live all the way to the deadline, so get your questions in. Welcome to the stream. Lots to talk about. Welcome Cheekster, Sam, Ben, TGN, Ash, Louis, FCH Sean, Back in Black, Ahmed, Alpo, Malboa, Joseph, Mitten, and everyone else who was here for the deadline. Good to have you here. I've been twiddling my thumbs a bit this afternoon. Didn't have much to do today, really, after I did the video. So I've been looking forward to this all day. So thanks for being here. Harry says, hi, Oscar. I'm not on a free hit. Should I take a -4 to get Salah in for Kane? Cheers. I think that's worth it. I think a -4 for Salah's worth it. You can justify selling absolutely anyone in the game for Salah, even Haaland, as long as you've got a plan to get Haaland back in 33 or 34 at the absolute latest. So yeah, I think it's worth it. I mean, it's a difficult one, Kane. He's a bit of a headache for the free hitters. Let me know in chat if you've got Kane or not, if you're on a free hit. Obviously, they're up against Newcastle away, who have been really good this season, especially at home. And Spurs just aren't doing it recently. So I think it's a justifiable -4. And obviously, Captain Salah. So yeah, go for it. I don't mind that at all, Harry. Austin, thanks for the 14 months. He says, even Oscar, hope you're all well. I'm very well. Hope you're well, Austin. Hope everyone's well that's here for the stream. Good to have you all here. We've got a good turnout already. Only been live for a few minutes and there's already 500 of you. So welcome all. Dean says no Kane on the free hit. Tango's got no Kane either. It is a dilemma. And obviously, if you don't get Kane, do you get Trippier? I think you can easily make the case for going Trippier, no Kane, Kane, no Trippier. Or even getting both, or even getting neither. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And obviously they do have high ownership as well, so maybe it depends on where you're at. If you're happy where you are rank-wise, if you're happy to consolidate. But they're not exactly like bold picks going with them. Like top scoring defender, second top scoring player in the game with Kane. But Mohamed's gone with neither of them. Sasha says, is Jesus injured? I've not heard any of the sort. There was some comments from Arteta. I don't think I prepared them for this stream, annoyingly. Let me just double check that. What's this one? No. He did talk about his return from injury and whether he's going to be able to play the 90, I think it was. He was asked about whether Jesus can play the 90, and Arteta said they have been easing him back in, that sort of thing. And there are players that are capable of playing or coming on or starting, so I don't know. If I was on a free hit, I wouldn't have Jesus. Oh, Malboa, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. I almost missed that. Thanks so much for that. Those went to Daniel, Sam, Razvan, Louis, and Rich. So make sure if you've got a membership to thank Malboa. Thanks for that, mate. Appreciate that. That's throwing me off now. Yeah, so if I was on a free hit, I wouldn't have Jesus. I would. I did a free hit video all the way back on Monday, and I don't think it's actually changed throughout the week since what I picked in that draft. I would have triple Arsenal midfield, or I would have double Arsenal mid and 1 defender, but probably triple mid. I don't think I'd have Jesus. I can understand the Jesus pick though. I think he starts, but maybe there's a chance Trossard comes in. It's hard to say based on Arteta's comments. John says Zinni is a doubt. And yeah, and this is the thing, right? Arteta's been notoriously unreliable in his presses. Like, he said stuff and then the opposite's happened. He said that Zinchenko was still healing from his injury, and he said we're not there yet. So that's worrying for me about Zinchenko. I'm going to keep an eye out in case there's any leaks or anything that comes up during this deadline stream. Obviously, if we do get anything, I'll just pass it straight on to you guys. Yeah, that is a worry, because I'm not free hitting this week, by the way. I haven't even talked about my team yet, by the way. I know Abedi is in the chat. He's not free hitting either. I'm not free hitting this week. I've got an 11 that I think is okay. I think I can get through this week with that 11. Maybe not if Zinchenko's out. What do you guys think? Is this a green arrow or a red arrow? I've stuck a poll up. Is this team going to get me a green or a red this week? Let me know. David with the 5 gifted as well. And Malboa. What is going on? We've been live for less than 10 minutes. Alright, hang on. Right, David and Malboa. Or Harry. Thank you for that. Hang on. Those went to Kesh, Aaron, Gary, Sneeva, Mohammed, Aaron. I'm losing all the names. Uthman, Debolox, Chandik, and Noor. All got memberships. Alright, make sure you thank Malboa and David for those. Thanks so much, guys. I need something like like on Twitch, people like get the chat to do something in chat when there's when something exciting like that happens. What can ours be? Just like spamming the focal emoji or something, or like the teddy emoji. We need something to like hype up the chat when something like that happens, don't we? What should we do when that sort of thing happens? Because like we're less than 10 minutes into the stream, and like Harry and David have just dropped like 15 memberships for you guys watching. Anyway, for those that don't know, if you're a member, you get early access to my videos on Discord. There's a private channel on Discord that gives you a private channel for members to chat in, and some other perks like a badge by your username, a badge by your name in the comments on my videos, some goodies like that, and it just supports the channel. This is ridiculous. I'm not gonna get the chance to answer any questions. Right, FCH Sean with the 5 gifted as well. Thanks so much, Sean, David, and Malboa. I'm not going to be able to get through the questions at this rate. Malboa says the teddy emojis. All right, the teddy. Does everyone have the teddy emojis, or is that for members only? All right, there we go. Teddy emojis in the chat. All right, thank you for that as well. That those went to Earth, Liam, Dry Brief, Tyler. No, Dry Brief already had it. He's been a member for a while. Adam Johnson, George Angel, Cyril, all got the memberships. All right, there we go. All right, well, we just gained about 20 members. So yeah, anyway, as I was saying, if you just became a member, did I miss one earlier? Someone became an elite member as well. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm sure I saw it pop up. Hang on. Who was it? Someone became a member. It was Sam Brooks. Yes, I found it. Sam, thank you for that as well. I almost forgot about that. Sam, thank you for that. To all the new members, if you go on Discord settings and you log into your YouTube account in settings, you automatically get access to the channels for members. That's what I was going to say. So there's loads of members there, like chatting every day. I'm chatting there every day, so get involved. Anyway, what a crazy start to the stream. Thank you so much for all the support. David, Sean, and Malboa, and everyone else, all of you for being here. What a crazy start to the stream. Anyway, so yeah, what was the poll? Green arrow or red? Oh, 54%, 53% say red arrow, 47% say green. Interesting. Very close. I mean, I've got Salah and Trent covered, which I think are the key ones. You know, I've got like Watkins, Martinelli. I think really I'm just lacking the Arsenal attack. If anyone wants to join the Discord, Aaron's asking. I'll chuck a link in chat. It's in the description as well, so you can just get it there. In the description, you'll see it says it's got the link to Discord and it says 10k members. It's actually like 12k members, but if you're not in the Discord, that's the link. There's like 12,000 FPL members. I think we're the biggest FPL Discord on the internet, which is crazy as well. So anyway, that's the link if you wanted to join the Discord. Anyway, where do you log into your YouTube? In the Discord? Yeah, in Discord, you just go into Discord settings and then connections, and then under connections is YouTube, and you just log into YouTube there, and then the rest takes care of itself. Kieran, thank you for becoming a member as well. Thanks for the support, Kieran. Appreciate that, and to Sam earlier as well, and everyone else. What is the best combination of Arsenal players if not on a free hit? If not on a free hit, probably 2 mids and a defender. I think 3 mids probably is overdoing it, because then you're taking up valuable midfield spots that you're going to want for players after this game week. So Martinelli, Saka, Gabriel, I would say, or Ramsdale. You could punt on Jesus, but I think I prefer the defender. Zenix says Trent captain is no free hit. You know what? I don't mind the Trent captaincy at all. He was so unlucky not to get more last week. It was a massive mistake from Kanata. He gave the ball away on the edge of the box, and then Sinistero just punished it instantly. And that was the only reason that Liverpool conceded. So if not for that, Trent gets an extra 4 last week, plus extra bonus. So I think it would have been a 15-pointer or 14 points for Trent last week. Austin says everyone join the elite. Focal gives us back rubs. Yeah, I don't think I've mentioned it all season, but there is an elite tier as well, where I just give unlimited team feedback all season as well. But I don't promote it much. It's I don't want too many to join it, basically. But there is an elite tier as well, for those that are interested in that. Short out for White. If you can't field 11, then I think short out is fine, but yeah, otherwise I wouldn't do it. Is this your final team? Probably, unless we get any news. If we get some kind of unexpected news, like, well, it wouldn't be unexpected, but if we get news that Zinchenko doesn't start, I'll probably sell him. If we get news that Martinelli doesn't start, then I'll probably sell him as well. But yeah, Zinchenko's the main worry. If he doesn't start, then I'll probably just sell him for Ben White, which is annoying because I had planned to just roll this week. Ah, Teddy's here. Thoughts on Bowen this week? I think Bowen's flying very under the radar. Did well in Europa League. Was it last night? Yeah, last night. Yeah, I think he's really an under the radar pick. I like the Bowen pick. Teddy's here. Teddy, they're calling your name. Say hello. Not a very good angle to hold him up. Sorry, Ted. What? Teddy. Alright, sorry, Ted. Oh, he's going to jump off now. He's not happy I've done that. Sorry, Ted. Is a -8 worth it for Trent? Is a -8 worth it for Trent? It depends who you're selling. If you're selling a couple of players that blank for you, you can't field 11, then it's worth it. But otherwise, no, I wouldn't do it. What do you mean, what is this team? I'm not using my free hit. I'm saving my free hit. What's the point in me using it this week? I can field 11 players. Like, there's no need. Ted on the tube. He's busy playing with a ping pong ball now. I bought a box of 100 ping pong balls off Amazon and I give him one a day. Keeps him busy for a bit. Anyway, yeah, I don't need to free hit, surely. Look at it. I've got 11 players, or 10. So my plan is to free hit in 34. Anyway, let's do the news roundup because we've been live for like 15 minutes. We haven't even got going on the news yet. Got a bit thrown off by all the gifted memberships and so on. So let's crack on with the news. Starting with Arsenal. Interesting one from AFC Stuff, who says that Zinchenko has arrived with the Arsenal squad, which suggests that he will be in the squad to face Southampton tonight. So, yeah, I'm hoping that he starts. Otherwise, I might be forced to sell him. So we'll have to see if we get any leaks or anything before the deadline. But he's with the squad. Hopefully he's in it. Obviously he might have arrived with them, but not in it. But yeah, hopefully that's promising news for Zinchenko owners. Luke Shaw and Rashford came on last night in the Europa League for Man United. Not a good result. They got knocked out. But they're both back from injury. So that's good news in another sense with the upcoming doubles and so on. An injury to Ake means he's out of the FA Cup semi-final. He went off in the Champions League. I think it was on Wednesday against Bayern Munich. It looked like he pulled his hamstring and he went off and he's not in the squad to face Sheffield. So that's unfortunate news because I know a lot of people picked up Ake with the upcoming doubles in mind. And obviously they had a good fixture last week. Firmino has a muscle injury, Klopp says. He'll miss the Nottingham Forest game and likely to be out of next week's game against West Ham and Tottenham as well. So if you're on a free hit and you've got one or both of Gakpo and Jota, then that's basically one less player competing. Probably the best news for Gakpo. So yeah, I really like Gakpo on a free hit. Is there one more here? Yeah, this was an interesting quote actually. Although Firmino's out, Klopp was asked about the attacking options, and he said, "There will be changes. Everyone will play. Everyone's super important for us, but that ticket will be desire." So I don't. It's hard to say if he's referring to tonight's game or whether they change it next week, perhaps. But yeah, Klopp said there will be changes. So I don't know. Maybe Darwin comes in. Hard to say. Anyway, that's the news roundup. So yeah. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Good to see John in the chat. How we doing? Get all your questions in. We've got about 1,000 tune-ins, so if you've enjoyed the stream so far, hit like on it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and all those good things. I do these streams every week. It is Louis, not Lewis. Okay, I thought it was Louis. Ben White or Ødegaard on a free hit as a third Arsenal. I would go Ødegaard. I would say Ødegaard's got way more upside than White. Not way more, but he's got more upside. Lewis, not Lewis. Louis, yeah, Louis. Thanks for the like. Aaron in the chat, how you doing? Plan on my wildcard. I don't have my wildcard. I used it, I think it was Gameweek 25. My last chip I've got left is the free hit, which I plan to use in 34. Basically, it's a decent double game week in 34. Let me find it. This is from Mikhail Tokvan. I don't know if you can see that. In 34, Brighton, Man United, Man City, Liverpool, West Ham and Fulham all double. So my plan is to free hit 34 instead. I'll probably go triple Liverpool, triple Brighton, triple City, triple Man United. Is that 12? Might be one too many. But that's my plan. So it lets me get players like De Bruyne for 1 week, something like that. So yeah, my intention is to free hit 34 instead, because I have got 11 players this week, and I think you don't need to free hit this week if you're in a position like me. Really, I'm just free hitting to maybe gain an extra player if Zinchenko's out, and maybe just gain an Arsenal attacker, something like that. I wouldn't really change too much, so I think it makes more sense in my team to save it for the double. But yeah, free hit's good because you can use it in blanks or doubles. You guys got any chips left? Let's do I'll end that poll on the green and red arrow, and thanks for your vote of confidence. 52% of you say I'm getting a red arrow. How many chips have you got left after this week? Not including this week, alright? Because I know loads of you got the free hit active. There's no way anyone's got 3 still, but I guess I'll include it as an option. There's no way anyone's got 3 chips, right? Free hitting in 34. Yeah, that's my plan. Get your votes in on the poll I've just stuck up. How many chips have you got left? Emmy's using the wildcard now. That's an interesting approach. I haven't seen that talked about at all, the wildcard now. Who would you have on a wildcard now? I guess that works. Yeah. I haven't seen that much. Tor, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate that. Thank you. Triple captain 34. Yeah, if you've still got your triple captain, then you've got quite a few options. You could use it on Rashford or Haaland in 34, or you could use it on, I think they're both double in 37 as well. So yeah, you've got a few options if you've still got the triple captain. If you've still got your wild card and you're not using it this week, I know someone just now said they were, then I would use it next week if your team needs it, or wildcard straight into double game week 34 and prepare for the rest of the season. That was the other bit of news I forgot about actually. A very small double game week got announced, I think it was yesterday. Double game week 36 is locked in, the smallest double game week ever, but Brighton and Newcastle will double in 36. So Brighton are against Arsenal and Newcastle are against Leeds and Brighton. So it's going to be 3 double game weeks for Brighton. They've got the most fixtures of any team. Brighton will double in 34, 36 and probably 37. How you doing, Jack? Welcome to the stream. Is Zinchenko going to play? We don't know actually. We were talking about him a bit just now. He's reportedly with the squad, arrived with the squad, suggesting that he will be in the squad to face Southampton. We'll keep an eye in case we get any news or leaks or anything like that before the deadline. But Arsenal haven't really had much slip out this season, but we'll have to see if anything comes out as far as Arsenal leaks. Sorry, I just had a message there I had to check. Right, the poll was, how many chips have you got left this week? 51% have got none, 32% have got 1, 14% have got 2, and 3% have got 3. Interesting. Okay, so like half of you watching this right now are done for the season, chips-wise, after this week. A third of you have got 1 left. Music. This music's from Harris Heller. It's just copyright-free music on Spotify. You've got 4 chips left. There's no way. There's no way. Bench boost 34 is going to be a good move for me. Yeah, bench boost is a good shout. Flandy says poll request. What's the request? Captain poll? We'll do an early captain poll and then we'll do a final one closer to the deadline to see if it's changed at all. Who's your captain? Who are the options then? Salah, Watkins, Saka, other? I guess Trent. I don't know who to include there. I have to include an Arsenal attacker. I guess Martinelli over Saka. What do you think? Malboa says, thanks for the 6 months. He says, thank you, Oscar, for everything. You are a legend. You're a legend. Thank you for the support, mate, and the gifted memberships and everything you do for the channel. I don't take it for granted, and I do appreciate it, so thank you for that. Max says, who's the best under 4.3 mil defender on a free hit? Kera, Castagna, or other? Is Castagna 4.3? I would say Castagna. Castagna or... Totti's 3.8 mil from Wolves, but I don't know if you'd want to start him. I'd say Castagna. If Castagna's 4.3, definitely him. I didn't realise he was that cheap. Yeah, Castagna. Wow, he is 4.3. Yeah, hold him for 4.2. But for 0.1 mil difference, I think you get a lot more upside with Castagna. It's very unlikely holding gets you anything 6-point ceiling, but Castagna has an attack and return in him. Oscar, what is a gifted membership? You can, well, obviously you can become a member of the channel, but you can gift them in chat, and it goes towards a random person who's watching the stream. So David, Sean, and Malboa did that during the stream. So lots of people became members this stream thanks to their generosity. Lee says, fairly template free hit. I'm worried about Jesus minutes. Right now I have Castagna and Jesus starting. Would you prefer that combo or White and Kane instead? Oh, it's close. I think I prefer White and Kane. Just about. I prefer White and Kane. I'm surprised how few free hit drafts Kane's in. I know that they're away to Tottenham, but I think he's returned in more games than anyone this season. He's got more bonus points in it than anyone this season, even more than Haaland, as a consequence of how much or how frequently he's returned in games. And even in games where they just look second best, he finds ways to score. So I'm just surprised by the lack of Kane. Right, obviously the game against Bournemouth was a really, really poor result. Massive shock upset, losing at home to Bournemouth. But before that, he'd scored in 4 consecutive games, 5 goals. If he scored against Bournemouth, he's in every draft. So how is just that one game swinging it so much? I think if he scores against Bournemouth, he's going to be in every free hit, because everyone's going to be saying, how can you not have him? He's scored in 5 games in a row, but now he's blanked in 1, and it happened to be the last week. Everyone's like, nah, no chance. I would have him if I was on a free hit, so I'd go White and Kane. What do you guys think? We need a Gameweek 33 wildcard template vid. I will do one, yeah, I will do one. I'm planning to do a Gameweek 33 wildcard, and then the usual. What's your favourite bit of content that I do each week? Because the usual is who to buy, and then the FPL tips, and then team selection, and then the experts. Those are kind of like the recurring ones every week. Do you have a favourite, or do you just like all of my stuff? Jeffrey says, hi Oscar, would you keep Gakpo and Moreno, or Van Dijk and Maddison? Oh, I'd go Van Dijk and Maddison. Yeah. The experts. I thought you'd say that. The experts video is amazing. Team selection. The experts. Yeah, I thought you might say that. That one takes the most time. Oh my god, I can't tell you how bad the experts are at spelling. I had to put a tweet out to them yesterday about it. I don't know if I can put... Oh, maybe I shouldn't show you what the username is. I've got a secret Twitter account for the experts. And I had to tweet to them yesterday. What did I write? I wrote, you lot might be good at FPL, but you're terrible at spelling. Polite reminder. When filling out the form, names must be comma separated and spelled correctly as they appear in the game. Honestly, I fixed about 50 typos in this week's video because pretty much all of them had their free hits active. So there was loads of players like being brought in and sold. But yeah, that one takes the most time by far. I do a newsletter every week, and then the newsletter has a Google form. The Google form goes to a Google sheet, and then I run some formulas in Google Sheets to like strip out the data and make it presentable, readable. Anyway, that's behind the scenes. Calling free hits free hats. Is that what I said? Free hats? Yeah, no, they're good at FPL, but they're terrible at spelling. Who's your captain for Gameweek 32? 81% are on Salah, 5% Watkins, 9% Saka, and 5% other. Interesting. The raid. You like the raid the most? Interesting. Where's the private channel on Discord for memberships? It's called The Lounge. All you do is in Discord settings, you go into connections and log into your Discord, your YouTube account, sorry, in Discord settings, and then you'll automatically see the channel called The Lounge. Clean sheet percent. Yeah, I've got that. These are the clean sheet odds for this game week. So Arsenal and Liverpool joint top, 54.5% chance each. Yeah, I guess that's the headache this week for the free hitters, is do you double up in Liverpool attack with Salah, like with Gakpo or Jota, or do you just stick to the old trusty Trent and Robbo double up? I miss the days of the Trent and Robbo double up. That used to be unbelievable. Not this season, but seasons gone by. I used to go into Gameweek 1 with Trent and Robbo. Yeah, I didn't have time to get the right screenshot, John. It's not normally this one. I should shout out checkthechance.com, by the way. They're the ones that actually provide me with the odds. I do credit them when I tweet the odds, but yeah, that's where this screenshot's from. Check the chance. So, yeah, Crystal Palace next after Arsenal and Liverpool. So, yeah, I've seen Johnston in a lot of free hit drafts. I think he's like 4.4 mil on goal. Goal scorer odds, for those that were asking. Salah top. Darwin, I wouldn't have him on a free hit. He might start, but the goal scorer odds assume that the player starts, and that probably won't happen with Darwin. Jesus is up there. Jota, Nketiah won't start, I imagine. Martinelli, Tony. Interesting that Martinelli's slightly above Saka. I mean, it's 0.5%, so it's negligible. Gakpo, Isak, Kane. Isak, is he under the radar? I haven't seen him in many free hits. Tor, thanks for the super chat. He says triple captain, bench boost, and wildcard 11. And wildcard 11 players for 32. Tips for chip strategy. So you would go. I would wildcard next week in 33. Bench boost in 34, and then triple captain in 37. When Haaland, I think, has a double. Let me just check that's right. Yeah, in fact, you could go Rashford as well, but yeah, triple captain Rashford or Haaland in 37. Man United and Man City expected to double in 37. So yeah, if you've got 11 this week, that's fine. Wildcard 33, bench boost 34, triple captain 37. I mean, you could use it on 36 if you really wanted, on March or Matoma, but I think Rashford or Haaland makes more sense for the triple captain at the end of the season. Mohammed says, I have the free hit and triple captain. You'll suggest with what week to use the chips? So it depends on how your chip looks this week. This is a really popular week for the free hit because it's a blank game week. So if you can't field 11 players this week, or not even close, then I would free hit this week. Triple captain we're talking about just now, and you could use that in 34 or 37. So just wait until we get close to 34 and decide if that's a week you want to use it on Haaland, or save it for later in the season. Or maybe Rashford, or maybe even Salah. You know, if you're chasing, nothing wrong with going Salah with 2 home games in 34. Nothing wrong with that at all. But that's what I would do. So use your free hit if you need it now. If you don't need it now, then 34, and then triple captain 37 instead. Hopefully that all makes sense. Right, what we're going to look at, the scout selection for Gameweek 32, and it is as follows. They've got Johnston in goal, who we were just talking about. Back three, Trent, Trippier and Gabriel. They've got Salah captain, Gakpo, Martinelli and Eze. Haven't talked about Eze at all. Eze, Jesus, Tony and Watkins. What do you think of the team? It's pretty boring, isn't it? Pretty template team. Although it's boring, it's a good team as well. Evening, chef. How we doing? That's very red. You're right, actually. Yeah, it's very red. Yeah, I don't mind Eze as a free hit pump. They won't have any doubles for the rest of the season, so I think it makes more sense on a free hit rather than as an actual transfer. David reckons Elise is clear. Yeah, it's hard to. It's kind of a coin toss, like Elise and Eze. A couple of game weeks ago, Elise had that game where he got 3 assists, but Eze's got, I think, 2 goals and an assist. I think he's returned in his last 3 games. So, yeah, they're both good picks. Are you better? Are you better? Nah, surely not. Are you? I think I'd have Eze. I think I'd have Eze between them all. Oscar, my big dilemma is Ødegaard or Saka. If you've got no use for the extra money, I would go Saka, just because of the penalties factor. But if there's something you can use that money difference towards, then Ødegaard, 100%. There's not much between them. Yeah, true. Aye's got the better XG. No Jota in the scout selection. They've gone for Gakpo. Again, I would say Gakpo and Jota are pretty close. So theoretically, you go for the midfielder because they get you an extra point per goal. Liverpool, as we saw, top of the clean sheet odds. So if they keep one, then Gakpo gets a clean sheet point. Again, Jota doesn't. But yeah, I think Jota's a good pick. Yeah, Jota's good. We'll keep an eye out in case we get any leaks or news in this deadline stream. We don't tend to get much as far as Arsenal, but we'll see. If anything comes out, I'll let you guys know, whatever that is. Thoughts about Trossard? I wouldn't go near Trossard, unless, again, there's a leak that he starts. If there's a leak that he starts, then you could make the case as a free hit punt. Especially if it's because Jesus doesn't start. Then that'd be an out of position Trossard. Yeah, if that's leaked and it's reliable, then yeah, I would. But otherwise, I wouldn't go anywhere near that. It's not clear that he starts. He might instead of Jesus, but we'll see. Arnold to Zinchenko for -4. I would go the opposite way. I assume you're not selling Trent. Yeah, Zinchenko to Trent is for -4. I think that's fine. Because Liverpool have a double in 34 as well. Which we were talking about earlier. 2 home games. Whole idea, who'll be watching the Arsenal game on TV? Yeah, we'll try that. Who to bench between Zuma and Botman? I would bench Botman. Zuma will be higher on the clean sheet odds because he's up against Bournemouth, whereas Botman's got Spurs, so I'd bench Botman. Thoughts on Isak? Yeah, I don't mind the Isak pick at all. Yeah, the forwards are a bit tricky on a free hit. Even like Kane, we were talking about him earlier. Like some people aren't going Kane, some are. Watkins is pretty much the only lock-in. Like, do you go for Tony? Because Villa are really good recently. He is playing at home. Do you get Solanke? But then really, do you use your free hit chip just to buy a Solanke? Is that really how you want to use the chip? But yeah, you can make the case for Solanke. But then there's Isak as well. Yeah, I don't mind the Isak pick at all. They're all very close to forwards. It's pretty much just Watkins, and then the rest is a bit of a toss-up. Like Jesus, again, we were talking about him earlier. He probably starts, but based on Arteta's comments, you do wonder what his minutes will be like. If he starts, maybe he comes off at like 70. But yeah, Joseph says Solanke's great, really needs to be considered more. And obviously last game week, a goal and 2 assists, his biggest score of the season, so he'll be brimming with confidence. Saka and Davies or Trent and Eze? I would go Trent and Eze. I prefer that combo more. Zuma 20-pointer this week. 20-pointer from Zuma. How's he managing that? 2 goals, an assist and a clean sheet or something? Oscar, your 3 Liverpool pick. If I was on a free hit, mine would be Trent, Robbo and Salah. But I fully understand why people are going for Gakpo and Jota. I imagine they'll do well as well. I think I would just go for Robbo, Trent and Salah. King of the Gaming. I forgot to do the graphic. I don't know if I can Photoshop it while I'm live. That might be hard. Can I do that? I might be able to. Let's give it a go. Live photoshopping. I don't think I can show you the window though. I've got to take a screenshot of that. It was Eze last week, wasn't it? That's crazy, by the way. The last 2 game weeks, it's been Eze and Ayew. Oh, I haven't got 31 either. Oh, that's not good. Alright, it's going to be a really scuffed screenshot. This is so bad. Hang on. Need that and need that. This is awful. Hang on. Alright. Merge that. Copy that. Upload that. Paste that. Open that. Switch to that. And we have the Kings of the Game Week. Kind of. Right, guesses in the chat. Who's going to be the top King of the Game Week for Game Week 32? So it was Jordan Ayew in Game Week 30 with 14 points. Eze in 31 with 16 points. Who's it going to be in 32? I don't know if anyone got it last week, Eze. If you haven't got your guessing on the Discord channel, by the way, there's a Discord channel for that as well. You get an exclusive role if you win. So go chuck your guessing in the channel as well. The way it works on Discord though, you can't guess someone that's been guessed before you. So you have to get in there fast, otherwise you're scraping the barrel. But considering how random some of these are, like, it's not necessarily bad if you're late. I don't think anyone got Eze or Ayew the last 2 weeks. So what are you guys saying? Watkins, Castagna, Jota, Elise, Tim Ream, Trent. I mean, Salah's the obvious pick, isn't he? Odegaard, Anthony Robinson, Solomon. There's some bold guesses in the chat. Okay. Gakpo, Solanke, White, Semedo for my So-Rare. Shout out to So-Rare, by the way. If anyone's not on my So-Rare league, there's a link below for that. Did you guys see my tweet earlier? Someone bought Haaland for, I think it was 165,000 euros on So-Rare. Some people have got more money than sense. Look at this. This is absolutely wild. 165,000 euros someone paid for the Haaland card. And so rare. It's like, I think it's the rarest quality of card that you can get. So it's a really rare one. I think there's like 1 per season or something like that. Or is it 10 per season that get given out around the world? But yeah, you can win these cards for free as well. So like, if I won that card, I don't know what I'd do with myself. Last week I won Longstaff from Newcastle, and he goes for like £3. So there we go. Jeffrey says start Solanke or Eze. I think I'd start Solanke. That's close though. I'd go for Solanke. He's in form, decent fixture. Andreas, thanks for the super chat. He says -4 for Johnston if I don't have a playing goalkeeper. I'm wildcarding next week, so dead ending anyways. Unfortunately, I'm 0.1 mil off Ramsdale. I'm not sure if I would do that. Right, let me put it this way. If we look at the clean sheet odds, you're betting 4 points on a 43% chance with the potential to gain 2 points. I guess that's a way of looking at it. You're betting 4 points on a 43% chance of gaining 2 points. Is that a bet you take? Maybe you would. But yeah, when it's just in isolation as a 1 week move like yours, Andreas, and then you wildcard next week, it really is just a bet as simple as that, because you're doing it on 1 week, in 1 game week. Will I do that? I mean, the conservative thing to do is not to, but I think I probably would just about do that. But yeah, you're likely not to get those points back and then some than you are to gain on that based on those odds. That's what I'm saying. So the sensible thing is not to do that. Sights down, don't say that. I might need to make a transfer later. I'm waiting for like if there's some last minute Zinchenko news. I'm hoping to find out if he's in the starting 11 or not. Because if he's not, I have to make a transfer. I'll have to sell him for Ben White. Maybe I should prepare that in advance in case I need to. Yeah, by the way, my future plans, I want to roll the transfer this week ideally. Because if I do, then I can go... I'll either do Kane to Haaland next week, which I've got enough money for, or if I did roll, I could do Tony to Solanke and then Martinelli to Bruno. Those are the 2 routes that I'm considering for Gameweek 33. But I really want to roll this week if I can. Right, that poll, are you watching the game, the Arsenal game tonight? 68% yeah and 32% nah. If you've got any more poll ideas, let me know. How do you make money from so rare? Just by selling the cards. You win the cards. If you have a really good game week, then you win cards. Like if you're number 1 in the game week, it's like it's each game week rather than the whole season. So if you're like number 1 in a game week, then you win a really good card. If you're like top 100, then you win a different card, and so on. My game week rank last week was like 500 or something. So I won Longstaff, which is only worth a few quid, but that's what you do. You just play. Sorry, I missed that, Jack. Jack says on a free hit, tempted not to play Trippier, maybe Guehi. I would play Trippier if I was on a free hit. I can understand the temptation, but benching the top scoring defender in the game, top for expected goal involvement over the season, I'd start Trippier. I can understand the thing with like Guehi, but I would play Trippier. Both Louis. I advertise it for them, like I'm a solo partner, but I actually play as well. It's genuinely actually good. Like people asked me in DMs earlier about it, and I said I was genuinely enjoying it. Because like if it was as involved as FPL, I haven't got time for that. It's just too much effort. But each week you only pick 5 players, so it's much lighter than FPL. That's why I quite like it. and you get 2 transfers every week. So it's pretty easy. It's not as tactical as FPL. There's no chips, so it's quite simple. And it's not just the Premier League. Like, if you want to play in other leagues, I don't, by the way. I just play in the Premier League one. But there's like pretty much all the leagues around the world. So you could technically play in like 20 different leagues every game week if you really wanted to go all in. But you get free cards when you start. So you just pick a team within budget, like an FPL. Basically. Is Guehi a good replacement for Estepinian? The thing about Estepinian, like we were saying earlier, Brighton have got 3 double game weeks for the rest of the season. So if you haven't got any chips, I think I'd be pretty wary to make that move. Because he's a season keeper. Like 3 double game weeks, more than any team. But yeah, if you can't field 11, then I get it. Yeah, it's fine. How essential is Trent this week? He's not essential. I'd say Salah's the only essential one, but yeah, going without any Liverpool defence this week, especially Trent, I would be nervous. He's got this new role recently, playing as an inverted fullback. So he tucks inside as like a centre mid at times. Like how Zinchenko plays for Arsenal. He tucks inside like a centre mid. And it seems to be working. They're playing better recently. He's looking better. Couple of assists last week, an assist against Arsenal, and he's home against Nottingham Forest. So I'd say he's the next most essential after Salah, but not essential. But yeah, I would do whatever I could to get him this week, really. Jota versus Gakpo. Yeah, we talked a bit about them earlier. That one's close. I prefer Gakpo, but there's not much in it. I mean, they were similar on the goal scorer odds, and Gakpo gets an extra point per goal, the clean sheet point, so I'd just go Gakpo for that reason. Poll idea, what's everyone drinking? There's too many drinks. Let me know in chat, what are you drinking right now? What are you guys drinking? Water? Alcohol? I'm actually on a really weird drink. I don't think anyone will be able to guess what this is. I'll be absolutely gobsmacked if anyone can guess what this is. I'm on a free hit. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I'll make a free hit. Wait, someone got it. Sam got it. It's a cream soda. I did not expect anyone to get that. It's a cream soda. I was ordering my groceries yesterday. I get my groceries delivered now off Amazon because it's just so convenient. And it like suggests stuff, and I fell right into their trap. I was like, oh, cream soda. I haven't had that for about 10 years. So it's weird. It's fizzy. And it tastes like cream soda. Oh. Right, anyway, I'm going to do a free hit team, because if I was on a free hit, this is how I'd line up. So I would hop onto the Johnston bandwagon. I'd go for Whitworth because he's the backup. Defence, so Trent I'd keep. I'd get rid of Gabriel. I think I'd have Robertson. I'd have to double up. No Zinchenko. I think I'd have Totti off of the bench. Martinelli, he would stay. March, Mitoma would go. Rashford would go. So I would actually go the triple up. I would go all out. This is what I would do. And then Andreas on the bench. I think I'd leave the front 3 as well. Oh, that's minus 0.6. So Botman for any 3.9 mil defender. Oh, you could have Iversen in goal. Backup keeper. 4.1 mil defender. Who can I afford for that? Bueno. Has he been playing? No. I don't think any of them have. Oh, Nico has, but he's away to Liverpool. I think that's what I'd have. If I was on a free hit, that would be my team. I mean, you could debate the front 3. Watkins is a lock. Tony and Kane, I think, are debatable. And I know Kane versus Trippier, not ideal. But that's what I would do on a free hit. That's how I'd line up. Make sure to not accidentally free hit or confirm transfers. Can you imagine if I just lock this in now? I just have to roll with it. That would be really bad. Solanke for Kane. But this is the thing, like, do you really use the free hit to get rid of the second top scoring player in the game for Solanke? I don't see it. When's the deadline, by the way? Is it at 6:30 or 6? 6:30. We've got time, haven't we? No Eze or Maddison. Where do you fit them in? I don't think I'd have Jesus. I think I would load up with the midfielders. It looks a bit wrong having like 3 Arsenal mids like that. It does look a bit weird, but it's not any different having 2 mids and Jesus, is it? Really, you're tripling up on attack. David, thank you for the gifted membership. That went to Ashwin. Speak of the devil, Ashwin got it. Thanks for that, David. Thanks for the support. Poll idea, where are you now rank? Yeah, let me know in chat. What's your overall rank right now? I don't think I can do a poll on that. Could I do a poll on that? It doesn't really work because it's like... I'll do a poll and see how it looks, but I'm not sure if it works. I guess we'll do it like that. Doesn't really work though, because the number of managers in those brackets are like significantly different. There we go. Get your votes on that. Did I just miss? Ankit, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. I don't know what to say by the generosity in this stream. It's been absolutely crazy. There's been like 26 gifted memberships maybe. Ankit, thanks for that. Thanks so much for that. And David and Sean and Malboa and everyone else for your support in this stream. What a wild stream. So those went to Raganand, Siam Kelly, Kingrave. Oh, Kingrave got one. Nice one. Yash and Chef Carlo FPL. Make sure you thank Ankit for that. Brett says, got 9 including Salah and Kane. 1 free transfer. -4 equals 11. Free hit or save. Yeah, so I'd actually -4 in your position. Because you've got Salah, who's the main one. -4 gets you to 11. Ideally you want Trent as well. I don't know if you do. I don't know if you have him or not, but I think a -4 to get 11 this week is fine, and then you free hit in 34. Oh, hang on. Wildcard 33. Nah, sorry, I missed that. I would free hit now. Because your wildcard sets you up for 34 anyway. So there is no sensible week to free hit after. Because the wildcard lets you tackle that anyway. So you'd end up wasting a chip if you didn't wildcard, if you didn't free hit now. So I would free hit now, Brett. What are the ranks? 500k, 70k, 3.1 mil, 10.5k, 600. You must be right up there in the FPL League. If anyone's not in that, by the way, link below. Philip Wright, 16k. That's very impressive. Good ranks in chat. 120k, 500k, 400. Wow. So what the ranks say? What is your rank? 6% of top 10k, 27% top 100k, 54% top 1 mil, and 13% outside top 1 mil. I mean, even outside top 1 mil is not that bad, even though that's like the worst option on the poll. You know, there's 11 million managers. Maybe that's a slightly biased poll. You're out of the FPL Focal Cup. I went out of it a few weeks ago, unfortunately. Oh, 400k Ahmed, okay. I was like, wow, Ahmed's 400th overall. In fact, let's have a look at I haven't looked at the league for a few weeks. Who's top at the moment? Top is Buabadella. Did I say that right? I think I did. I think I nailed that. Vicky, hang on. So he's 56th overall. Vicky's 91st. Go on, Vicky. Tom's 108th, 150th. These are unbelievable ranks. Good to see Christian still up there. I don't know if you remember him, but he came on my channel really early in the season when he was number 1 overall. He's just got his free hit left. Interesting. Some very solid ranks there. Is this my final team? Yeah, this is my final team, unless there's any last minute leaks or news on Zinchenko or Martinelli. Like if there's news that Zinchenko's out, then I think I'm going to sell him for White reluctantly. It's not a move I wanted to make at all. I wanted to roll. If there's no news at all, I think I'm just going to leave it and take a chance. What's weird though is Zinchenko's been in training. I don't know if I can find the photo now. He has been in training this week. That's the photo. That was from Wednesday. And then I actually looked at the Arsenal training video, and he's been in training. He looked really involved, just training as normal. But then in the press conference, Arteta said that his injury needs time to heal and he's not there yet. But I don't know, because Arteta's a bit coy with stuff he says in press conferences. He said stuff before which has been a complete lie. He might be telling the truth here. Maybe he did that session and he was, struggling afterwards. So if there's no news at all, then I'll probably just leave it and chance it. The clean sheet odds again. Yep, clean sheet odds are here. No, they're not. They're here. So it's Arsenal, Liverpool top. That's why I would probably just go Zinchenko to White. It's pretty sideways, but I'd make that move if Zinchenko doesn't play. Malboa says, please hit the like button, everyone. You heard Malboa. If you're enjoying the stream so far, hit like on it. I prepare lots of content for every stream I do for you guys, so if you appreciate that and the stream and everything else, then do hit like on it to support the channel. It boosts us up the YouTube algorithm. So that's the clean sheet odds. I'm going to take it away now, so pause and rewind if you need that. Last game week's twat, the worst active team, went to Henry, who finished on 29 points. I started posting these recently. I wasn't the first person to come up with this acronym. It was a guy called James Copperland. He used to do these every week last season, and I spoke to him about it, and he was cool with me posting these from now on. It's a bit harsh, but like it's the basically the biggest disaster class in the top 10k every game week. Yeah, his last 4 ranks, he went from 9th overall to 11th to 63rd to 584th overall. Absolutely brutal drop that. Hopefully he can bounce back. Vigor says, it's my first season and I sit at 1.1 mil. What can I reach by the end of the season? I think realistically top 250k is would be a really strong finish from there. I think top 500k is more reasonable. It does depend on what chips you've got left and so on as well though. If you've still got a chip or two, then you're in a better position. Sorry I'm constantly looking away. I'm just keeping an eye out in case there's any leaks or news that comes through. We've got about 30 minutes till the deadline, so I'll keep an eye out. I don't know if we'll get anything or not, but if we do, then I'll pass it straight on to you guys. Xhaka not playing. Is that true? I haven't seen that anywhere. Let's have a look here. I haven't seen Son mentioned at all. Has anyone got Son in a free hit draft? What's this about Nagelsmann not going to Chelsea now? Pochettino to Chelsea. Happy Friday, Poisky. Jota or Gakpo? Gakpo. Trent, Saka, Martinelli or Robbo captain? Martinelli. Xhaka's out. Is he actually? That's not good news. I haven't seen that anywhere. It's not on the Arsenal subreddit. And they're normally bang on it. I mean, it's not really relevant to FPL anyway, so... I mean, if he is out, maybe that boosts Zinchenko's chances of starting, because they need that inverted fullback that can tuck inside to centre mid more. But yeah, if he doesn't start, I guess it'd be Fabio Vieira that starts. Not spotted arriving. Interesting. Yeah, no one's got Xhaka anyway, so... Yeah, it could be Jorginho. It'll be Jorginho or Fabio Vieira if he's out. Alongside Partey. Cabello says, to everyone reading this, have a great weekend. And you too. I don't know about you guys, but I like it when the schedule's very busy like this, because we've got FPL tonight, we've got FPL tomorrow, we've got FPL on Sunday. I think Monday's the day off. Monday's the day off, and then we've got more FPL on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and then Thursday. And then we've got more on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So hang on, someone needs to work it out. There must be like 2 days off in like the next 3 weeks. Something like that. There's like 2 days of our FPL on for the next, don't know how long, 20 days? Do you guys like it when the schedule's busy like that, or do you like it when we just got our weekend games and that's it? FPL needs to be every day. Busy schedule for the fplfocal channel. I don't know how I'm going to navigate in next week, because normally I do 4 videos a week, or 5 because I plan to do a Gameweek 33 wildcard, but I don't know how it's going to be possible to fit that in. It's not going to be possible, is it? Because this Gameweek finishes on Sunday, so I'll have to do a video on Sunday, but the deadline's on Tuesday, so how does that work? 2 videos on Tuesday, 2 videos on Monday, 1 on Tuesday. I don't know, that's for me to figure out anyway. I'm gonna have to look at the calendar and slot it all in. Also on Monday night, David Seaman's given me free tickets to his live recording of his podcast, because I go on his podcast sometimes to talk about FPL, and he's given me free tickets, which is really cool. He's doing a live recording of his podcast, Seaman Says. I think Ray Parler's there as well. So on Monday night, I'm out of action as well. I'll be watching that. More FPL equals more focal and Teddy content, which is a win in my books. Well said, well said. Is Saka out? I haven't heard anything about Saka being out, so I would say no, he's not out. He was seen in training, so I would say Saka's in. Xhaka not with the Arsenal squad tonight. The thing is though, Zinchenko was with the squad, but he was with the squad against West Ham as well. As in, he arrived with them, but he wasn't in the squad, if that makes sense. So, I mean, Xhaka's pretty irrelevant anyway, but there was a tweet earlier that said Xhaka was arriving with the squad. Doesn't guarantee that he's in the squad if he arrives with them. If that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, the Xhaka news is pretty irrelevant for FPL. I mean, it might leave them a bit lighter defensively. Music track, The Grid by Harris Heller. Xhaka or Saka? Yeah, it's Xhaka, isn't it? It's not Saka that's out. Wilson or Isak? Isak. Right, so yeah, sorry, I thought people were saying Saka. This is the thing, someone said something in chat like, oh, Saka's out. And then everyone's like, what? Saka's out? Guys, is Saka out? And then it'd be like, it all stems from like one person that says the wrong name and it's meant to be Xhaka. And we don't even know if he's out, by the way. It's just a tweet that he's not arrived with the squad and it's Xhaka. It's not really relevant on FPL. Who's on pens for Palace? That's a good question. I actually don't know that. Who's on pens for Palace? Would it be Are You? Friction Film says, help, I just played a -52 by accident instead of a free hit. If I play my free hit, will it counteract the massive hit? Sorry to hear about the -52 first of all, but the good news is that if you play your free hit, it will counteract the hits. So make another transfer and lock in your free hit now and you're good to go. Edouard. Has Edouard been starting? Are you? Yeah, all good there. To activate your free hit and count yourself lucky that your season's not over. You're back in it. Same goes for the wildcard, by the way. It's a risky game and I've seen it go wrong for people, but technically you can make transfers to influence price changes and then you activate your free hit or wildcard right before the deadline or on deadline day. And then you've influenced the price changes and you've activated your chip. Because when you've got a chip active, it doesn't influence price changes. But it's not something I personally do. In my early days of FPL, I did. Felt like I was absolutely gaming the system, but it's pretty pointless, really. And imagine like you forget, or you get hit by a bus, and then you wake up from your coma Monday morning. You've locked in a -52 and missed the game week. No news on José starting or not. I don't know if we'll get anything on Arsenal. If we do, I'll relay it to you guys, but there's not been anything yet. Arsenal are pretty, they run a tight ship as far as leaks and so on. Nothing really comes out in that respect in terms of leaks or anything, to be honest. But yeah, if anything comes out, then I'll let you guys know. Oops. I wonder if I can find the quote. I mean, if you guys saw the experts video, I did read the quote in that from Arteta on Jesus. I think I can find it here. I've got it saved in my folders. So videos, the experts, Gameweek 32, and then Jesus. There it is. Do you guys say Jesus or Jesus? For those that are wondering, this was what the quote was. He was asked whether he's ready to play the 90 minutes and he said, we'll see, we've been really careful. There have been some issues within that period where he was doing the final stages of the rehab and we have to be really attentive. We have players that can change the game, that are fully fit, that deserve to play as well, and we have to be mindful of that. So, going back to the point earlier, if I was on a free hit, I wouldn't have him. I would just load up on 3 Arsenal mids. So if I was on a free hit, I'd have this team on screen here. My free hit isn't active this week. I'm using it in 34. That's my plan. If there's any last minute news, I'll react to that. But even if Martinelli and Ben White were out, I wouldn't use it. I would just take a -4 and get Ødegaard and Van Dijk probably. I think I found the Arsenal tweet, or the tweet about Xhaka. I think it was just this. I mean, it's not much. It's just that he wasn't arriving with the squad, right? No Xhaka. Is this genuine? I haven't been draft. Do any of you guys play draft, by the way? Draft mode? I'm still playing it. I'm in a small private one. I mean, it has to be a small private one. It's not like a public game among all players. But it's actually a right draft if you find the right people to play with. How we doing, Oscar? Good to see you. Mings or White in? White. Jesus or Tony? Tony. Free hit or wild card for 32? Free hit makes more sense this week. More upside for Trossard. Yeah, I mean, if we get a last minute leak that he starts and you're on a free hit, and if you fancy a punt, then Trossard's a really good one. Every time he's been given the opportunity, he's done really well. Captain poll? Alright, let's do a captain poll. Should I put both Saka and Martinelli? How do we do it? Saka and Martinelli? Salah, Watkins. Get your votes in. Captain poll is up. We've got about 18 minutes till the deadline. If you guys have enjoyed the stream so far, do hit like on it. Appreciate all your support. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Watkins' cap, his away form is massive. Yeah, he's really under the radar. I've chucked him in the captain poll. I forgot about him when I did the one on my community tab. For those of you who don't know, if you go on my channel, there's a community tab where I do updates like my team and bits and bobs like that. And I always run a captain poll every week. We're talking about Watkins though. I mean, one blank, I think in his last 12 games. And that was in Gameweek 26. So, yeah, it's crazy that we're overlooking him again for captaincy. So many of us are. I mean, on the captain poll, 6% are on Watkins. 19% are on Saka or Martinelli. 69% are on Salah. And 6% other. No worries. Reese, better late than never. There's going to be so many people, as always, that will comment on this stream and on Discord and so on that say, oh, I've missed the deadline. I thought it was Saturday. So well done to all of you that aren't in that situation. So yeah, this is my team. I'm planning to roll the transfer this week, unless there's last minute news that Zinchenko's out or anything like that. Just messaging around in case there's any leaks or anything like that comes through. If we do get anything, I'll pass it straight on to you guys as far as Arsenal, but nothing at the moment. Nothing there. Let me check there. Alright, we've got, 15 minutes, you're right. Maguire, King of the Game Week. Yeah, final reminder to get your guests in on Kings of the Game Week on Discord if you haven't yet. What do you mean Zinchenko definitely out, mate? Don't say that. He's been in training. There's still a chance. I think there's still a chance. He's been in training. I know that Arteta didn't have promising things to say, but I just don't know if it's worth a transfer, Zinchenko to White. If we don't get any news, do I just leave it? Does Zinchenko get minutes off the bench? Do I sell him for White? The problem is, if I make that transfer, then I'm a transfer behind for the rest of the season. And we've got, so it's 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. So we've got 7 more transfers for the rest of the season. Or 6 if you're on a free hit. What's for dinner tonight? I'd like a chicken curry thing. Sounds like cope. What was that? The Zinchenko? Yeah, it is cope. It is absolute cope. I just feel like it's not worth a transfer to go Zinchenko to White if there's no news. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't think it. I think I'd just rather chance it because it puts me a transfer behind for the rest of the season, and I really would like to take 2 into next week. Because then I could do something like Tony to Solanke, Martinelli to Bruno. And that sets me up really nicely for the run-in. And then I free hit 34. And then I've already got Bruno and Rashford. So I'd bring in Haaland for Kane. I don't know. I think I'll save it. unless we get a last minute leak. Let me reset my free hit team here, just in case there is last minute news and I need to make a move fast. It's going to be a tense end to the stream probably. I'm going to put him there just in case I need him. And I do have 1.5 mil to take into 33, so to be fair, even if I did make the move, I could go Kane to Haaland, but I'd quite like to have 2 banked if I could. Just thinking about it now though, because the free hit does wipe out your free transfers, so maybe it's worth it. Should have thought about this before I went live. I'm just thinking, like, what would I do next week if I didn't... I'd probably do... I mean, I'd have to make 2 moves if I rolled now. I would do Tony to Solanke. And then Kane to Haaland, probably. Because of the game, because I'm going to do a free hit in 34, it does mean that I have to spend my transfers before. So if I roll this week, I have to make 2 next week. So then what would those 2 be? Probably Kane to Haaland and Tony to Solanke. Panic FPL live, here we go. I don't know how I've put myself in the situation. I always try to make sure I've got everything thought out before I hit live, but I'm thinking now whether it's worth Zinchenko to White. So Gameweek 33. The problem is I cannot go for Bruno next week if I go Zinchenko to White now. My only way to get Bruno next week would be if I rolled now and then I'd do Tony to Solanke, Martinelli to Bruno. I don't want to do Tony to Solanke now. I'm happy to keep Tony for 1 more week. Maybe 2 more weeks if I get White now. Oh, this is a nightmare. I think it's probably worth it, Zinchenko to White. Nothing. What's your favourite type of melon? List 5 reasons why. I can't even think of 5 reasons. I'd have to ask ChatGPT to give me 5 reasons. No leaks on Arsenal yet. I'm keeping an eye on my phone, that's why I keep looking over in case we get any Arsenal news. And if we do, then I'll let you know. White versus Zinchenko poll. What, whether I should sell him or not? Right, we'll end the captain poll. So 73% went for Salah, 18% went Saka or Martinelli, 5% Watkins, and 4% other. Should I sell Zinchenko for White? Yes or no? Right, before I hit submit on that, if I sell Zinchenko for White, then my only move next week is Kane to Haaland. Whereas if I didn't buy White now, I'd have 2 transfers next week, which does give me the option to do something like Tony to Solanke and Martinelli to Bruno. What's the poll? Oh, that doesn't help at all. 56% say sell, 43% don't. Just checking around. I don't know if we're going to get a leak or not. I'm just checking around in case anything comes through on Arsenal. I feel like it's an important one as well because there's a lot of free hits active. So Zinchenko starts. Come on! Zinchenko starts. That's what I'm being told. Zinchenko starts. I told you guys, he was in training and Arteta lies. Zinchenko starts. If there's anything else, I'll let you know. What do you mean, boo? I'm double checking if there's anything else. Pumped focal. I am pumped because I wanted to roll the transfer this week and I was really hoping that he starts. Team is as expected. Team is as expected, so then Jesus starts. I would say Jesus starts. I would say Saka, Ødegaard, Martinelli start. Team as expected. Zinchenko starts. I think based on it being as expected, it's going to be Ramsdale, Zinchenko, Gabriel, Holding, White, Xhaka, Partey. There was the thing going around that Xhaka wasn't coming with the squad, so that's the only one that might change, but it's pretty irrelevant to FPL. Martinelli, Ødegaard, Saka and Jesus. That's what I think the lineup will be. I haven't seen anything that says Jesus doesn't start. Team as expected. I mean, it sounds like Arsenal are pretty much going to be unchanged, except Zinchenko comes back in. I think it's going to be unchanged. Well, it's going to be changed. I think Zinchenko starts. By the way, be careful with FPL Buna because I haven't mentioned him all season actually, but he always poses as reliable leaks, and he's tweeted that there's no Jesus, Xhaka or Zinchenko, but he does this every game week. He trolls, so take anything he says with a pinch of salt because he's just making it up. Zinchenko starts, is my understanding. Arsenal is unchanged, so I think, well, as expected, Arsenal lineup. So Zinchenko starts. It'll be a back four of Gabriel, Holding, White, probably in midfield Xhaka, Partey, Martinelli, Ødegaard, and Saka, and then Jesus. If I was on a free hit, then I would still probably have the triple Arsenal mid. I just think it's slightly better, more exciting. I think Jesus is basically guaranteed to come off early. Xhaka's the only one that might not be in the starting 11 based on what I'm seeing, but yeah, if you've seen stuff in chat, don't panic. Right, I need to tweet my team before I forget. If you're not following me on Twitter, by the way, at fplfocal, tag me in a tweet, a photo, wherever you're watching from around the world, and I'll retweet it. Rolling the transfer. Rolling the transfer, saving the free hit. Hang on, did I have Trent vice captain? Oh, I'll just leave it then. Tweeted it now. Same lineup as last week. Minus Zinchenko's back, so Jesus starts. There you go. So that's it. Same lineup as last week, but Zinchenko starts. That's what I was saying, I think it was as well. Jesus starts. Same lineup, but Zinchenko in for Tierney. So Tierney, if you've got Tierney in your free hits or something like that, or you're looking at him, then don't bring him in. What do you mean, why no news? I just share the news. Think I'm going to switch to Trent from Salah captain last minute. Last minute captaincy changes never go well, do they? Focal types quicker than I think. I type really fast. I type about 120 words a minute. We talked about this on my last stream. Back in the day, I used to play loads of RuneScape, which is a game where you have to like type really fast if you're selling stuff. It was like dog eat dog world. There were like areas where you go to and you spam in the chat like, oh, I'm selling cooked food for this much, whatever. Selling 1k cooked sharks. And I learned to type really fast, pretty much just from that. And it's just something I've retained since. What a game that was back in the day. Right, we've got about 3 minutes till the deadline. So yeah, I appreciate you all tuning into this stream, by the way. It's been a really good one today. Not because Zinchenko starts, but I was saying at the start of the stream, the last couple of hours I've just been sitting around, and I was looking forward to doing this stream. So I appreciate you all being here. It's been a good stream. I've enjoyed it. RuneScape was elite back in the day. It was a great game. I maxed out. I got max in every single skill and then quit playing. I felt like I'd completed it. Right, I'm going to end that poll now because I think that's going to be irrelevant unless the leak is wrong. But I'm going to rely on the leak that Zinchenko starts. So you've got a couple of minutes. Final reminder to make sure you've locked in your transfers. Your captaincy's all good. Last run through of the Arsenal news. My understanding, obviously always take what I say with a pinch of salt, is that it's the same lineup as last week, except Zinchenko starts over Tierney. So, it's going to be Ramsdale in goal, back four of Zinchenko, Gabriel, Holding and White. Midfield, Xhaka and Partey. Martinelli, Ødegaard, Saka and Jesus. That's my understanding of the Arsenal lineup. So there you go. You've got a minute. Ash says, like the stream for Champ Oscar. Thank you, Ash. Thanks for all the support and the nice comments you leave on my videos as well. I read every comment still on my videos and I try to reply to as many as possible. I can't reply to all of them, but I do read every comment you guys leave on my videos. So thank you for all the support and the nice comments you guys have left. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the game tonight. If you're not in the FPL Focal Discord, there's a link below to that. I'll be in there tonight for tonight's game. Slightly nervous about tonight's one because that's the one that really could hurt my rank. Because I've only got Martinelli as far as the Arsenal attack. So if Arsenal can keep a clean sheet, then that will be a nice hedge against the Arsenal attackers. Thoughts on Son for the weekend? It's too late now. That's the deadline. Yeah, I couldn't answer that in time. It was impossible. It was really half past when that came through. But yeah, we talked about Son briefly earlier, and I think Son's a reasonable punt. I wouldn't have had him on a free hit, but I think he's fine. So that's the deadline. I can't answer any more questions. We made it. So I'm not going to stick around. Is there anyone to raid? I don't know. Let's have a look. Is there anyone live that we could go over and raid? Probably not tonight. Oh, Holly's live. Or if she got it on sub only mode. Oh no, she's just ended. Alright, we're going to call it there. So thank you all for tuning in. Raid. I can't. Alright, no, anyway, I'm not reading chat anymore. Thank you all for tuning into the stream, guys. We've got 3 likes from 500, so let's get that to 500. That's it from me. Enjoy the game week, everyone. It's going to be a packed weekend of FPL. I'll be back on probably Sunday with more FPL content, and then it'll be Monday content, probably 2 videos, and then it's a Tuesday deadline. So it won't be long until I'll see you again next. Thanks again for all the support, and see you soon, everyone. Focal out.